Before we begin today's episode, we want to offer a trigger warning. Our conversation today will delve into a deeply sensitive topics, including alcohol and drug addiction, severe depression, and suicide. These subjects can evoke strong emotions and may be triggering for some listeners. If you or someone you know is struggling with these issues, we encourage you to prioritize your mental and emotional well being. Please take care of yourself, and if you need support, do not hesitate to reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. When did you like started to feel like, okay, I'm gonna end it all? Because let me tell you a story. Because around 2017 was really the darkest days of my life, really. So,
Mhm.
and especially I really thought that in my 20s, I know in my 20s it would be like great when I reached the age of 20. I thought all that that you will be great, like all of the dreams that I wanted or all the hard work will get paid off. But anyway, so I decided to end it all around December, because that's the final month of my year 20, because I was born in January. So I was planning to end it all that day. What happened was, I got instantly invited to a wedding. So the day that I wanted to commit, that's the day of the wedding. So that that stopped all of it. And from that day on, I don't know why I didn't try it again, or I didn't have this mindset of I might want to end this all. You know, there's not a lot of thought afterwards from that. So, uh, on your experience, like what triggered or what happened that you really want to end everything?
I didn't know where I was at in life. Um,
Shit, same.
I it was 2018. I just left another job, um, and I was actually unemployed for like 2 weeks or whatever as I was finding another job. And I'm like, dude, is this all that life is? There has to be more to life than this, and apparently there isn't. And I'm just a burden to everybody. And I really went down that whole route of like, it's not going to get any better. This is like literally all that life is. This is worthless. This is pointless. I understand why they wanted a way out. I want a way out. It's hard to explain the pain that you feel. There's still a lot of emptiness in there from losing them. It was a lot of just, it's not getting better. I mean, I'm a year and 1 month sober. And I didn't realize how much cocaine messes with like how your brain produces dopamine, which is essentially the happy chemical in your brain. And I was still having trouble getting happy over anything. And I was struggling. And I was just like, fuck this. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a burden to anyone anymore. Everyone's life will be better off without me. They won't have to worry about me, less stress for them. Like I was just selling myself on this left and right. So finally, the point I'm like, fuck this, I'm doing it. And you're just wearing a fake smile the whole time, just pretending everything's okay. And inside, you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? And then I decided how I was going to do it. And I was going to hang myself. So I didn't have a fucking gun. If I would have had a gun, I wouldn't be here. That would have been easy. I would have just walked over, pulled it out, and blew my brains out. And it didn't dawn on me that I could go to a gun range. Because if it would have dawned on me, because I get intrusive thoughts still. I'm not gonna lie. And my intrusive thoughts had went to the point now. Every now and then they'll be like, dude, you can always go to a gun range and get like the end range where there's the wall and just blow your brains out against the wall. And so I was like, I'm gonna hang myself. That way I can't prevent it. And I won't interrupt. All I need to do is hang myself. This makes total sense. So I found a part in my garage that I could hang myself that held my weight. There's already a hook there, like literally test weighted. I mean, I jumped on the fucking rope that I was going to hang myself with. It held me just fine. My wife came home for lunch that day, made her lunch or whatever. She left. I laid out a tarp, laid out some bleach and a scrub brush because I knew I would probably rip out chunks of my neck because that's usually what happens when someone hangs themselves. They try to get free at a certain point. Just natural survival skills kick in. That's why you can't drown yourself by holding your head underwater. You naturally gasp for air. Um, and laid out my suicide notes, hung up the thing, and I had there's a bottle of vodka that was in our freezer from a party like back in April, so months ago. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have one more drink, man. This will give me the needed boost I need to walk up these steps because I already laid out, I had the step ladder out. Went into the freezer and pulled out that fifth of vodka, and my wife had poured it out and put water in it and froze. And I was so pissed all of a sudden. I was like, that fucking bitch thought I was gonna relapse. What the fuck? And my brain shifted from wanting to go kill myself to you motherfucker didn't think I was strong enough to keep sober. I got mad. And then
Wow.
it was enough for the clarity to kind of kick in and go, what the fuck are you doing? Like you literally right now have everything out and we're just planning on walking up that and hanging yourself and dying. What the fuck? Like something is not right. So I called my mom and I said that something's not right. I called my wife and I told her that something's not right. And I just started I knew something wasn't right. And then I got back into therapy. I got back on my meds and stuff. Realized that, medication does have a little bit of a role. Um, yeah, and yeah, that was my attempt back in 2018.
Wow, not a year long between us, because when you're telling this story, it's kind of liberating in some sort that I can share you and you can share this kind of stories, because I felt it like when you decided to want to end it all. It's like it's kind of relieving in a way that, okay, they're not gonna stress out anymore about me. They're not gonna be thinking about me anymore, because they're better off without me. That's what I'm thinking during those days, and my clarity kicked in during those wedding that I got invited to, because I'm gonna be with my entire family. It's it's kind of a clarity for me when you're bonding with your family and seeing all the laughters, all the saying jokes, all all the fun memories that you you told, the same stories that you told earlier during your younger days. It's kind of a clarity for me during those days. And right now it's kind of a liberating in some sort that there's people who are felt or have this feeling that
Mm-hmm.
that they that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is one of the reason why it's important to have this discussion, have this conversation, because when we talk about mental health in some way, it's kind of not sacred, but more on a shish type of conversation. You know what I mean?
No, it really is. I think depression really isolates you a lot because you have so many conversations in your head with your depression that nobody understands. Like the funniest thing is like, and this is why like I don't do a lot of hands-on stuff anymore. I used to be very hands-on trying to help people, and I don't do it anymore at all, unless you pay, because I found money keeps you honest, um, and it keeps you honest for a lot of reasons. But there's a period in time that I really wanted to like just I wanted to save the world. That was actually really unhealthy too. But I found that depression sets you up for failure because someone will ask you how you're doing. You're like, "Oh, I'm doing okay,"
It
and they're
really
like, oh,
is.
"Okay, cool," and now that person walks away, and your conversation with your depression in your head goes, "See, they don't fucking care. If they would have really known you, and you said that you're okay, they would have been like, you're not okay. What's going on? They don't really fucking care. So you're just a burden to them. They don't fucking care about you. They're just using you. I mean, these were the conversations that we have in your head that, I've reached out for help because I told somebody I was okay. No, you didn't reach out for help, motherfucker. You didn't tell anybody. And that's why I truly believe if you want help with depression, you want help with what you're going through, you have to truly want it just like you want sobriety. Because the one fail safe way that you can truly get help if you're struggling, truly get help. And you have to be prepared for it. And you can't be fucking lying to yourself or to anybody else if you do this, because this will get you help. You tell 10 strangers that you don't fucking know on the street, wherever, in a grocery store, and you go up to them and say, I am depressed to the point that I'm going to go home and kill myself and I need help. These people don't know you. They can't judge you. And I guarantee out of those 10 people that you just fucking told, 7 of those motherfuckers are going to be calling 911, sitting with you in the dark until the light fucking comes. But you better be prepared for it and you better not be bullshitting. Because if you're just seeking attention, guess what? That shit ain't going to be flying right now. And
True.
that's what I think sorts out, unfortunately, there is this huge stigma of people that are attention seeking. And I've met a lot of those people, that it's okay to attention seek and it's okay to need attention. It's okay to need love. You're struggling too, and that's okay. But tell them what you need. I need attention, mom and dad. I need attention, babe. I need attention, husband. I need attention. I need your love. And let's find out what that is exactly together through therapy or through whatever. But instead, we don't do that. And then we're like, oh, I'm just going to go kill myself. I'm going to do this because we don't know how to tell someone that we just need love or we just need attention.
At the same time, I think most of it comes from overthinking, because like you've mentioned, like there's a lot of conversation in your head about these things, but the the thing that most people don't understand is when you have this conversation in your mind, it's like hundreds of people are talking all at once. You really don't have that clarity to think clearly, to think, okay, what's the proper way to do it? Because for me, I I don't know if I have the courage to, but I think I ask for help so late that um it feels so not so right, but it feels so awkward in a way, or feels so weird, because when you ask for help in a way, people treating you differently, which is that's one of the things that I hate. And I think that's one of the reason why I don't open these things to a lot of people. Because when you open these things, or open about your mental health, people, or a lot of people, especially in your family, will treat you differently, like you have something that, you know kind of a sickness to it. Like they start to treating you differently. They try to, like, baby you in a way, that sort of thing. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I most hate about it. But yeah, having those conversation in your mind, especially like your mind is in overdrive.
Oh yeah,
And
no, your brain's in overdrive, and the worst part is it's exhausting.
truly
You don't
is.
want to you don't want to share anymore because you've exhausted all your energy, all your battery on your thoughts. But now the thought of telling somebody is just fucking exhausting, and I don't have the energy anymore, and I'm just tired. And that was my thing of like, I didn't want to be a burden to anybody. I didn't want to be any more of a problem to anybody. I'm going to share with them what they're not going to be able to solve my fucking problems, and I'm just fucking tired. And I don't want to be tired anymore, and I just want this done. And that's really where I'd gotten, because you exhaust yourself. Depression's exhausting mentally, because your brain doesn't stop, and you're mentally constantly just going at it. So I think it halts us in so many ways from reaching out for help.
It truly is. And the weird part of it is, like you've mentioned earlier, that you want help, but your brain's kind of dictating that you need help, but it can't speak out loud. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
in your mind, that you want to, like, ask your parents or ask your best friends to, hey, I'm having a problem about this and that. But what your brain does is trying to deliver it cryptically, Now
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's gonna be your friend's fault when they can't decrypt it. I think that's what enters my mind when I enter those days.
Oh yeah, no, you and that's why I don't think reaching out to like parents and family and friends is all that great because we lie to them just like an addict does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we dance around subjects, we sugarcoat it, we aren't fully honest and open. We share just a little bit and set them up for failure. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want them to hurt us. You know, and so because we hold back so much, that's why I think the big difference is like even when you tell a stranger, you don't know that person. The person can't hurt you. You know what I mean? It's different when if you were to go tell a stranger a secret versus somebody that you know can use that secret against you, somebody you know can hurt you with it, somebody you know now has something against, you know, all this stuff goes through. But a stranger that you know you'll probably never ever see again, you could tell a secret to because you're never going to see them again. They can't hurt you. There's no worry with that. There's no stress with that. It's relieving all of a sudden, in fact. And that's why I really believe, you know, when it comes to people that are struggling, you know, a lot of it comes down to finding different support and resources out there and people out there that aren't friends and family because we hold back so much.
You can catch the entire episode exclusively on YouTube. It's youtube.com at the Nick Barellano Show. It's youtube.com at the Nick Barellano Show.